Hi there, this is Ali Shah. I hope you're doing well. Yesterday was amazing. It was US elections and then Trump won, and also Bitcoin shot up by $7,000. How did that happen? And then what is the impact on the rest of crypto? Where is going to go next? What are the predictions? I'm going to share all of that with you in this video. Watch it till the very end. So let's dive in. So that was amazing. As the news broke out of Trump winning the elections, Bitcoin was not stopping, and you could see that it went up from $69,000 to $76,000. Usually people call it a God candle because it's so big, a massive candle. And I told you in my last video that the prediction was by Standard Chartered that's going to hit almost $73,000 on the election day. That has already been broken. And now the next prediction is that it might go to almost 125K before the end of this year. Let's see what happens. So another exciting news is that Bitcoin has crossed Meta to become the 9th largest asset in the world. And now as you can see the list of top 10, number 1 is gold, and number 2 is Nvidia, and number 3 is Apple. So Bitcoin is doing really well in this space. You know, after the election's victory, who congratulated President Trump first? It was none other than Nayib Bukele, who is the president of Bitcoin country El Salvador, because El Salvador is big on Bitcoin. Another exciting news is that Pakistan's State Bank has said a couple of days ago that it's considering move to Bitcoin and crypto adoption. As you know that yesterday when the elections voting started and then the results started appearing, you could see that Trump was in lead. As Trump's victory was becoming imminent, you could see that Bitcoin started rising, and it's kept on rising, and it made a new all-time high at $76,000. And not only Bitcoin rose, but also the other cryptocurrencies also rose. Solana did really well. Solana crossed almost 15%. It went up from $166 to $190 in just one day. So Solana had an amazing God candle of itself. So that was amazing. Other than that, Solana has also crossed Binance to become the 3rd largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not counting Tether because Tether is a stable coin. Sol has also crossed Ferrari in market cap. Eric Balchunas also said that Bitcoin's ETF by BlackRock had done amazingly well, and it did almost a volume of over $1 billion within just 20 minutes yesterday. So that is mind-blowing. Right now, fear and greed is extreme. Fear is at 77%. This is a time where retail investors are really kicking and really want to get on to the bandwagon. But this is my advice to you, that be careful and watch out, do your research. Don't just jump in because now Bitcoin is on a frenzy to go upward. You need to see when it cools off a little bit. Right now it's at $75,000. Solana is around $190. So you need to let it cool off a little bit and then consider your option and invest wisely. Don't forget to make a portfolio. As I've been advising you in my previous videos, always go with a portfolio and always have a balanced portfolio in different asset classes. For example, invest in real estate, invest in crypto, invest in gold, invest in stocks. So I made a video on stocks just yesterday. You can watch it over here. Gold has done amazingly well this year. But funny enough, as Bitcoin went up, gold started coming down. And I think that is due to the fact that people were holding on to gold when the market was uncertain and they were not sure who's going to win the elections. But as they realize that it's going to be Trump, who is really pro-Bitcoin and pro-crypto, they realize it's time to get onto Bitcoin and leave gold for a while. Before going to predictions, I'm going to talk about where we all started this 2024. The start of 2024 was very exciting for Bitcoin, as Bitcoin rose to an all-time high of almost $73,000 at the start of this year in anticipation of Bitcoin ETF as well as halving. And we could see that BlackRock adoption has done amazingly well. We could see massive inflows after BlackRock ETF, and that is really good for crypto. And as the mainstream adoption is happening at a wide scale now, many US states pension funds are now considering Bitcoin, as well as I've just told you about Pakistan State Bank. So many countries are now considering to adopt crypto and Bitcoin as a mainstream asset. So if you are still thinking about investing, have not invested in Bitcoin and crypto, you need to think carefully and plan it. Don't just do it. I would advise take your bets properly and do the risk analysis. Only go for Bitcoin, which is rather stable. And then if you want to do something else, go for Solana. In this bull run, Solana has been a faster horse than Ethereum. So I recommend that if you want to do something other than Bitcoin, then invest in Solana. And I believe that Solana is going to cross Ethereum at one point in future. But now in October, we saw that there was a massive jump and Bitcoin went to almost shy of 73,600, which is 200 less than the previous all-time high. And just yesterday, it crossed that barrier and went up to 76,000. That is amazing. Just hardly into November, and it's the 7th November. And even then we can see that Bitcoin monthly returns is already at 10%. So let's see what happens in the rest of the November. And other than this, Tesla went up by 15% as well. And I think it's primarily because of Elon Musk supporting Trump in this election. Let's talk about predictions. So it's getting really exciting. I told you about Standard Chartered prediction that by the year end, they're anticipating Bitcoin to reach $125,000. Whereas now CNBC has predicted that before Trump's inauguration, which is going to happen in around 2.5 months, Bitcoin should reach almost $100,000. So let's see, fingers crossed. So let's talk about predictions by some famous people in crypto space. Tim Draper predicts that Bitcoin is going to reach $250,000 by 2025. Whereas Robert Kiyosaki believes that it's going to hit almost $500,000 by 2025. Tyler Winklevoss believes that it's going to hit $500,000 by 2030. Kathy Wood is quite bullish and she thinks that by 2030 Bitcoin should hit around $1 million. The most bullish is Michael Saylor, who thinks that by 2045 Bitcoin is going to hit $13 million. So we are keeping our fingers crossed. So let's see what happens. It's going to be very exciting. So I'll be making more videos on investment going forward because I would like to educate you to create a balanced portfolio. And going forward, I'll be sharing exciting updates in this space as crypto and Bitcoin move forward. So keep watching the channel, do subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching today's video. Stay tuned for more. Bye now.